Hey everybody, how are you? There was a question that was posed to me about weather being controlled or manipulated. I can, as a geographer, climatologist, and meteorologist, I'd be more than happy to share my thoughts on it. The idea of controlling the weather is maybe, it sounds more like conspiracy theory to me. But, however, the idea that we are changing the weather, we're making the weather, we are making the weather. We make it because we're not paying attention to what we're doing by accident. Making it by accident is not the same as making it by intent. And the idea that we're making it intentionally, I doubt. But the fact that we're doing it unintentionally and accidentally, I have no doubt. Today someone called me and told me about the coral reefs having stopped growing because of global warming. Well, unfortunately, as a scuba diver, I recognize that a 1 or 2 or 3 degree change in ocean temperature will kill the coral. So we're killing the coral, whether it's because we're polluting the ocean. In fact, I think the last figures I found out was that all the world's oceans are at least 33% depleted.
Oh my God.
So we're running on 66% power, and then we're still continuing to do the same things we have been doing, which is not going to make it any better. We haven't stopped doing what we're doing.
How could we prevent that, or at least like delay the inevitable?
I think the most widely accepted equation is the carbon jumping. Yeah.
I was thinking maybe this might sound. I'm not very intelligent. Let me just come off like that. But I'll be honest with you. What's your thoughts on if we could change somehow of like the fuel we're using to a degree? So like I don't know. I would have.
You already understand the fuel carbon dumping. You're answering the question.
But basically,
in your question.
But basically, I would say like what's going on in Brazil. Like they somehow. But that's a good start. What's going on in Brazil with how they changed their fuel from using fossil fuel to using, I think. No, I'm just speculating.
Now, Brazil is a big country. It's almost the size of Texas.
It's like using corn fuel.
Oh, ethanol. That's ethanol.
Ethanol, and it's a lot cheaper.
Oh, that's an organic. It's in a way it's cheaper, but in another way, okay. The only thing wrong with using there's nothing wrong with anything. Everything is the way it's supposed to be. But using corn to drive your car. And the ethanol process.
And they do have help. I don't know, hybrid cars where you can actually use those type of cars. But
ethanol, and gasoline, and electric.
But they banned America for some unknown reasons. Why they being banned?
Because America doesn't. Capitalism in America. That's because I'm an economist. Capitalism in America stops certain ideas from coming into being. There are limits to capitalism. Capitalism has 4 structures that it stands on. One, savings money and earning money and making money and holding on to money, what money's worth, value of money, the velocity of money, a few other things. They got 4 tiers that they stand on. Well, unfortunately, people use that to justify slavery. Now, capitalism doesn't say what you are worth. It doesn't say what I'm worth. I'm only worth we're worth about $3.98.
But can we get back on topic? Is our weather being manipulated, controlled?
Then you talked about fossil fuels, and then you talked about getting alternative fuel sources. Okay, we are on topic.
Yes, sir. I'm sorry.
I'm just telling you that in the United States, when Henry Ford came up with the internal combustion engine, there were people that said he couldn't do it. And there were people that tried to block him from doing it, and there were people that tried to take it from him once he did it. It's capitalism.
Capitalism.
I got whoever's got the money. Well, whoever's got the money put me in jail and put me in chains and put me in slavery. There are limits to capitalism. Now, the idea that, to return to topic, that South America can grow enough, if Brazil is growing enough corn that they can afford to feed all their people and that feed all their cattle, because Brazil is huge farm. It's a huge ranch.
Ah.
They grow sugar cane, they grow corn, they got all this. They're the second largest exporter of beef. They got all these huge, I said it's bigger than, it's like Texas.
Fascinating.
If they can grow enough corn to feed the people, tortillas, enchiladas, man, something or whatever, they can feed all the cattle. Because cattle can eat corn and grass. They graze on grass, you feed them the corn, and they get fat, and then you sell them for $45 a pound. A ton, or whatever. Then, if they have a surplus, this is economics. If you have a surplus of something, then the price will go down because you have too much of it. But if you find another alternative use for it, which is called alternative fuel, then you can keep the price of corn up, so it's worth growing. You can feed all the people, feed all the cattle, and you still have some extra. If you use the extra, then the price stays the same because there is no surplus.
No surplus?
You're using all that you have
Mm-hmm.
to do what you have to do with it. People, cattle, alternative fuels. That is the equation. In the United States, we grow corn. In fact, we actually pay farmers not to grow corn.
And that's a good topic. I know this one gonna sound off, a little off, but
It is off. That's okay. We're just.
But you want to talk like Monsanto, the ones who've been growing GMO corn.
Yeah. I'm surprised you would use GMO in the first sentence.
Yeah,
That's
GMO
Monsanto,
corn.
The GMOs.
And it also kind of like ties them together. What's the short term? We'll keep it summarized. We'll try to keep under 10 minutes. We'll summarize. What is the short term benefits of alternative fuel? Long term, good, bad, or good rewards or bad consequences?
Well, you know, Marcus, because I'm older than you. In the 60s, there was a book called The Population Bomb that predicted that the global population could not go over 6 billion. And we were at 5, and they said, we really need to slow down because we're going to go to 6 really quickly in the 60s.
That sounds like big
that
pharmaceuticals.
And then there were the other people that said, well, science will come along, technology will come along, we'll do farming on the moon, we'll go to Mars, we'll go someplace else, we'll grow some other shit somewhere else. That doesn't really make any damn difference. We got 9 billion people on the goddamn planet that all have to eat. Everybody needs food. Everybody needs education. Everybody needs
food, shelter,
air. We need air. Dude, we're fucking up the air as bad as we're fucking up the damn ground, as bad as we're fucking up the water. We're just, it's not that, a lot of people would say, there's just too many people.
We got 2 minutes.
Oh, I don't care. I don't care.